NBC's Alice Barr, she joins us now from Washington. Alice, Florida, really the epicenter of what's going on in the U.S. What is being done there to get numbers down?
Yeah, Morella, it's one of the worst spots in the country right now. Unfortunately, it's not alone. We're seeing this surge all across the South and the West, but Florida grabbing headlines right now. As you just mentioned, having topped 15,000, that's by far the worst. When we had the worst peak previously, it was 12,000 in New York, so that gives you a sense there. And if you think about this context now, Florida, if it were its own country, would have the fourth largest number of new coronavirus cases out of any other country, let alone state. So part of the dynamics there are that the governor has been more hesitant to put into place some of the more wide sweeping changes that we've seen in some other states. They do not have a statewide mask mandate, for instance, and mostly it's been left up to more of the local jurisdictions. Many of the larger cities have put their own steps in place, but many experts are pointing to that as part of the reason why numbers are spiking so much there, that there's not more of an overview master plan of how to try to get this under control. And adding on top of that, the governor has mandated that all schools begin in-person instruction 5 days a week, starting as early as next month.
Wow. Okay. We are also hearing a lot from the Trump administration about Dr. Anthony Fauci really pouring blame on him.
Yeah, this is, to put it in context, the Trump administration has been really trying to frame its pandemic response in a more optimistic light. And Dr. Fauci, he is a really respected voice here in this country. He has served 6 administrations. He has a long history of kind of telling it straight to the American people when it comes to pandemics, and certainly this one, no exception. For many people, they've looked to his leadership, but he's not going to sugarcoat it. And so he's kind of butted up against the administration in some cases, having said recently that you can't say that the U.S. coronavirus response is going very well compared to other countries. And that's the kind of messaging that President Trump doesn't like. He tries to, look at the positive such as it is, that's difficult, unfortunately, to find these days. But so what you're seeing is that White House officials have been kind of quietly circulating a list of comments and past statements from Dr. Fauci that have not borne out in some cases. For instance, saying back in January that there was not a major threat from coronavirus. Medical experts coming to his defense, pointing out that that was the best science at that point. The science has since evolved, and that also many of these statements have been taken out of context. President Trump today saying that they have a good relationship, and Dr. Fauci not commenting on this. He's known to just kind of keep his head down, work 18-hour days, and keep marching forward.
All right. How do Americans feel about the way the president has been handling COVID-19?
So I just mentioned there, Dr. Fauci has about I believe it's a 67% to be precise on the percentage approval rating from the American people, believing that he has been, that he's a source that they trust to go to for how to handle this pandemic. And conversely, in that same poll, they found 26% of people trusted President Trump. So we can just leave it at that. That gives you an example of who people are looking to right now in this crisis.
NBC's Alice Barr in Washington. Alice, thanks for the update.